Hello, my loves. Welcome to Be for Vibrant. My name is Kellyanne, and I haven't even checked my hair today. Oh, looks pretty good. Okay, not bad. I was like, oh my god, I just started recording and I didn't even. Okay, the Leo rising in me panicked. So we're good. We're off to a great start. And speaking of Leo, speaking of fire signs, this is an era of burning shit to the ground. Not just like in the world, because a lot of things are burning. I mean, insert the Elmo meme of Elmo doing okay, but also we have an Aries third quarter moon that's happening right now. And this moon phase is asking us to do something very specific. And if you guessed burn it to the ground, you're correct. But I won't leave you hanging on what to burn to the ground. I want to help guide you on what specifically we are burning to the ground, okay? So, first things first, there is just a very powerful need right now for feeling financial security. And I was going to say financially secure, and then I did a gruel, okay? I did a great and a cool, and I'm Gretchen Wieners now, okay? Um, Financial secure, okay? We're all trying to feel financial secure, and what's getting in the way are some of the beliefs that we have about where we can get money from, what we need to invest our time in, because time is the only currency that truly just expires the longer that time goes on, right? We're all going to die, is what I'm saying. So it's really necessary that we look at the money beliefs that we have and we burn those to the ground. That we burn all of the ways that we were taught that the world revolves around money, or money is the source of happiness, or money is the root of all evil. Money uh, is, the gateway um, to power, and people in power are evil. We have so many associations with money and power that I think one of the key things that I want us to really understand is we are not afraid to have more money, and we're not afraid to think of ways to earn money that feel really empowering for us. It's just that we have this idea that when we have money, the power that we have is either so much responsibility that we avoid it. We avoid it completely. We avoid the money because we're avoiding the power. Or we think that power is going to corrupt us. There's maybe not on the surface, but subconsciously, there's this feeling that if I have all this money in the world, something is in me is going to change. Something in me is going to, like, I've already seen myself when I'm around a buffet and I can load up my plate as much as I want to. I'm going to feel like I'm cheating and like I'm stealing from people. That's how much food I'm loading up onto my plate. But it doesn't corrupt us, even though we feel corrupted in that moment. Like, ooh, I'm doing too much. I hope nobody sees me take more than what I might actually eat. Um, we don't. It doesn't actually corrupt us. We just feel corrupted in that moment. We feel like, oh, there's such abundance before me, and I'm going to take as much as I want. And as soon as we say, I'm going to take as much as I want, that's power. That is a gateway to the drug, the high that is power, having power in your hands, having power to wield for whatever you desire to create in the world. And so we need to check our beliefs. We need to check our beliefs, and we need to burn our beliefs, especially ones that are tied to money and tied to power, because it really the fears that we have about people in power amplifies our resistance to money. Okay, so first things first. Next thing, we are in a period of isolation. We are in like a place where, even before COVID-19 came around and locked us down, we were in a place where the internet was making us not only more, gain more access to the world, but more accessible to others. And so we started to shift our beliefs about how much of ourselves we want to put out there and how much time and energy. I'm sorry, I've got some boogie issues, so I don't know what's going on with my nose right now, but please disregard. Okay, please. As I pick my nose on camera and leave it in the shot, please disregard. Okay, we're all human, and that brings me to a fly that is zooming around right now. It's okay, I won't get distracted. That brings me to our humanity in terms of isolation. We have beliefs that have changed and that are changing because of our um, our interaction and engagement with people on the internet and people who know us, who see things on the internet, who only have like a very thin tangential thread connection to us, who have some shit to say about a decision that we made in our lives or an opinion that we decided to share with people who we thought were our friends. And suddenly now, like, that person is really not my friend because this thing is, means a lot to me or is important to me. And they just attacked me on the internet for that. Okay, so we have like some of these experiences that have changed our beliefs. And we need to look at our beliefs about relationships and connection and community, because the isolation that we've all been experiencing, I think it's somewhere around like 70% of Gen Zers feel more isolated than they did before coronavirus. Um, we're in a place where we really need this. Fly is going to keep coming into the shot, and I'm telling you guys now, it's just circling around, and my nose is itching, and so many crazy things are happening in this video, and honestly, I'm not going to let my ADHD get the better of me. I'm going to power through. Hey, and that's power. Okay, we need to look at our beliefs that not only keep us isolated, but tell us the story that isolation is better than community and connection. And the reason that we need to burn these down and that this is a good time to do so is because this is like Aries. It's a third quarter moon in Aries, and that's why I'm talking about burning, because Aries is a fire sign. Aries is like a very selfish energy. I'm a I'm a Venus in Aries, so I understand being selfish in my relationships. And one of the most selfish things that you can do is withhold your true self from other people, because honestly, other people are fucking lonely too, and they're looking to connect with you. They have this thing that they're afraid to say, or that they feel like nobody understands me, but you're withholding that you understand them. You're withholding a part of yourself that you've decided to cloak, or that you've decided to not go out and like meet people and join a group or join some kind of community or organization so that you can connect with people and relate to them. That is one of the most humane things that you can do, is relate to people. And when you are in isolation and your beliefs are telling you this is the best thing for me, or nobody understands me, or I'm just going to fuck it up anyway, or I have a low social battery, so I don't want to run out my battery too soon. All of those beliefs that you have about yourself, about your relationships, about your connections with other people in community are keeping community from forming around you, which is necessary for us as people to thrive. And I don't mean just like survive, like we need each other, we depend on each other, but like thrive. Like laughter happens in community. Feeding each other happens in community. Feeding each other's souls happens in community. And we need to burn isolation. Like we need to burn these isolationist beliefs that we have so that we can get back into a place where our communities have power. You don't have more power being by yourself. Yeah, maybe it feels that way because we see all these superhero movies, and like there's this idea that like one person can do it all, or one person can stand alone and be whatever they need to be. We have like that independent woman persona, a stereotype, where she don't need no man, but she does need friends. She does need mentors. She does need community. She does need to be around young people, because even if you are not a fan of kids and you don't have kids and you don't want kids, children remind us of our imagination, of our playfulness, of that creative capacity to change the world based on what we see in our minds. Fuck, we all need that. We all need that. And that happens in community, not in isolation. We need to be around old folks, because even though, yeah, this generation of elders kind of sucks because they're way undereducated and have more money than they actually deserve to have and earn. And I say that from the most loving place, because a home back then was $25,000. So they have more wealth than we're actually having to work to earn, but they still have stories and they still have wisdom and they still have certain relational values that translate into things that we need to hear, that might be hard truths, that we need that seed planted so a couple years from now we can melt away our resistance to that wisdom and go, oh yeah, they were actually right about this. They weren't right in the way that they conveyed it, in like that racist, homophobic kind of way that they said it. But there was a nugget. There was a nugget of truth. We need that. We need our elders. We need our youth. We need our friends. Like I said, we need mentors. We need all these things. So we have to burn these beliefs that we have about isolation. We need to burn the beliefs that we have about financial welfare making us so powerful that we become these evil, horrible monsters. Okay? So the most important thing that we need to burn is something that is a little bit less tangible than either of those things. Money you can hold in your hand, you can look at your bank account. With friends, you can see how many people are following you on Instagram. You can check by how many texts you get in a day, how many people are connecting with you and catching up with you. You can like on a visceral level, you can touch and see and feel your financial wellness and your connections in community. This one is very important, but it is not something that you can necessarily see, but we do need to burn it anyway. So this last thing is shame. We need to burn our beliefs about What makes us a bad person? What makes you feel like you're a bad person? When something happens and it was your fault or you were responsible for it, what are the kinds of things that go wrong that trigger your shame? That trigger you to go, "Oh no, I'm a bad because I let that happen, or because my actions or my words cascaded into this series of events, and now I'm responsible for what happened, and I can't let myself off the hook. I can't be kind to myself regardless of the mistakes that I make. I can't stop beating myself up because I deserve it." All of that needs to be put in a trash can and set on fire. Okay, that was my pantomime of striking a match and setting a trash fire. Okay, so deal with it. We need to really just tear into those beliefs that we have that tell us, I believe that when I make this mistake, that it means that I'm a bad person, that other people are going to think that I'm a bad person, are going to remember me and remember this thing that I did that actually makes them change their opinion about me. Whatever it is that is a belief that you have that causes you to internalize, to tell yourself, "I should be ashamed, I should feel shame," get rid of it. Get rid of it, set it on fire now. Because what shame does is it holds us back from the other two things that I talk about. It holds us back from power and taking power back into our own hands. And it keeps us from finding community and friendship and relationship. Because if we just think that we're bad people, if you just think that you're a bad person, then you're not going to be like, "Yeah, let me expose myself to other people. Yeah, let me form relationships where people are going to find out how terrible I am." That's why we really need to pay attention to the ways in which the um, the shame in us renders us inert, renders us unusable. Like, we have so many skills within ourselves and we have so many strengths that we each uniquely possess, and it renders all those things completely unusable. It renders us unusable. We shut down when shame overwhelms us and becomes our whole personality. But other people might not even know that we're going through it, so we have to really look at ourselves. We have to really pay attention to ourselves and write out those beliefs, speak them out loud. Ask yourself, what is it that causes me shame, and use my maybe technique. If you've seen in my other videos, I use a technique that I formulated for an event called The Wandering to help break out of perfectionism and people pleasing. And when we maybe, it helps us to break through that, like, well, there's only one right answer. That's kind of a, a shame inducing, power usurping kind of thought pattern too. It takes away all of the possibilities that are actually out there for us to explore. So ask yourself, what causes me shame? What am I feeling ashamed about right now? And just start, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that, so that you can externalize that internalized shame. Because once you get it out of you, even if it's just on paper, then it's kind of like I said, it's like money in your hand. It's like checking your bank account. It's seeing how many friends, have texted you today. It's something that you can see and you can hold. And then you have a little bit more power to actually take care of that issue. You have more power to see what's going on and to go, oh, and then you can take some of those insights that you gain and you can talk with other people about it. You can come out of hiding, you can come out of isolation. These things all wrap together, which is why burning them together, burning them in unison, and burning them in this moment. I mean, today is a Wednesday. It's a great day to talk to yourself, ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. So today's a great day to talk to yourself if you're watching this today, Wednesday, July something 17th? Today the 17th? Anyway, today's a great day, but please, like in the next couple days, just use this energy to focus in on these three things so that we can burn those beliefs and we can really come back to the versions of ourselves who feel empowered and can take inspired action, who feel connected and can develop relationships from a place of self-respect and self-love. So we can burn our shame, burn our emotional prisons, and really open ourselves up to the world and all of its beautiful experiences. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you received this, if there was anything that immediately came to mind. Like, which of these do you feel like, I want to hear in the comments, which of these do you feel like you needed to burn? Appreciate you watching till the end. I hope that you share this with a friend. Just rhyming out here in these streets. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. This video took me out with the fly, with the nose stuff. Girl, I almost didn't make it, but we made it. And I love it for us. See you, baby.